everybody, it's Nintendo Ace 100 here with Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. And welcome to the final official episode of this LP. Yeah, it took long enough. I started this LP almost 2 years ago. But anyway, in the last episode, we captured the legendary Pokemon Rayquaza after only 3 Ultra Balls, which was pretty sweet. And that pretty much finished off the little trio of mascots of this game. As you can see, I have them in my team right here, and I trained them up a little bit off screen because we will be needing them in this episode, because we will be taking on the super boss of this game. But before we do that, wait a minute, let's go back in here. As you can see, I have Mr. Sukizo here. Why, you might ask, and why are we here in the Lake Cove? Well, as you can see, it now has 5 ribbons compared to the 1 it had after beating that normal rank coolness contest. What could those other ribbons be? Let's check the Pokénav, which, if you remember, was given to us by Mr. Stone, which kind of hints at what this final super boss might be. Anyway, let's check out what these ribbons are. There's the normal rank coolness contest, super rank, hyper rank, and master rank. I actually went all the way up to there off screen, which was kind of cool because that's the first time I've ever beaten a master rank contest, which I thought was even cooler because as you go up in rank, the crowd gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I thought it was kind of cool. And that fail-proof plan only failed once. That's because I really messed that up. Anyway, this extra ribbon right here, it says ribbon for being chosen as a super sketch model. After you beat a master rank contest, an artist who is sitting in the crowd through all of your contests will come out and ask if he can make a sketch of your Pokemon, and he'll put that ribbon on it. So, sorry, just caught up a little bit considering I don't want this LP to end. So let's head on into the Lily Cove Museum, which I sometimes forget is even here. Admittedly, I got lost looking for it. Anyway, let's go past the Pidgeotto statues, and that had better not be the painting. That looks absolutely nothing like my clay doll. It looks like a Quagsire in front of a comic book background. How can you let this abomination exist, good sir?
Thanks to you, we've added a painting to our collection. I've had it depict your Pokemon.
That is not my Pokemon. What are you talking about? It looks like a demented beaver. Truly magnificent. That is not magnificent. How dare you? This looks absolutely nothing like my clay doll, and holy crap! That's actually pretty cool looking. Huh. The marvelous, wonderful, and remarkable, very great Mr. Sukizo. Heck yeah, that's a really cool painting. Or sketch. Whatever it is. It's still cool. I like the color scheme. Wow. But I guess that's kind of coming from my own, like, artistic standpoint. So anyway, and now before we move on to that super boss I keep mentioning, we have one other thing to show. Now we're gonna head towards Mossdeep City. Why? You'll see in just a second. Because there is actually a little present waiting there for us, which actually we could have gotten as soon as we beat the Elite Four. But first, we're gonna want to drop off Mr. Sukizo so we can make room for this little gift, which tells you right there it's a Pokemon. What Pokemon will it be? Find out soon. Now, unfortunately, as you can see right here, Super Skarmory and Slowflake are not in my team. They will not, unfortunately, be able to participate in this final battle. I really wish they could, but when you only got a limit of 6 Pokemon that you can use, plus the fact is to access the Super Boss, you need an HM Slave, meaning you can only really use 5 team members unless you use your HM Slaves in battle, and if that is the case, you're crazy. But I guess I could. I just had to mention them because I'm gonna miss these guys, especially the Skarmory, because it's one of the only shinies I've ever caught in my life. Yeah, but anyway, of course, let's deposit Mr. Sukizo. No, I did not want to go to that. I wanted to deposit Mr. Sukizo. Sadly, he was truly remarkable. Wait, let's put him right there. And now, what could we possibly be getting here? Like I said, we're gonna be getting a little gift Pokemon, and we want to head over to Steven's house, which I believe is this one right here. Is it? Yes, it is. And is there a note here? But it looks more like a book. What the heck? It's a letter. To Ninten. I've decided to do a little soul searching and train on the road. Soul train. I don't plan to return home for some time. I have a favor to ask of you. I want you to take the Pokeball in the desk. Inside it is a Beldum, my favorite Pokemon. I'm counting on you. May our paths cross someday. Steven Stone. So, yep, there's a Beldum inside. Let's get the Pokeball, and yes, I want to take the Pokeball, and we get a Beldum, which is the only way you can actually get it. I don't know if it's accessible in Ruby and Sapphire, but no, I do not want to name it. Let's just check this real quick. Cute little thing. And I think it's funny, this is his favorite Pokemon, yet his favorite move is Steel Wing. And of course, Beldum and none of its evolutions learn Steel Wing, or can be taught it. So anyway, As you can see, it only has the move Takedown. It doesn't learn any moves until it evolves into Metang and then into Metagross. So, anyway, now, to finally go and take on this super boss, I've kind of been hinting at who it is. So, let's head on to Fall Arbor Town, because this super boss is found in Meteor Falls, in a room that I think if we went there before, I think the room is just empty. So, anyway, of course, like I mentioned, we're going to need an HM slave, so we're going to need to get out Not a Fish. Yeah, it really sucks. Not a Fish gets to, technically be in the final battle, even though he doesn't get to really do anything, except sit there. He gets to be, at least gets to be in the team when Super Skarmory and, Slowflake don't. I mean, I guess I could have always taught Slowflake like, Surf. Well, it already knows Surf, but I guess I could have taught it Waterfall, but I didn't want to do that and mess up his already really good moveset. But anyway, I mean, wow, it's kind of funny thinking that this is already winding down, and I mean, I've been stalling enough, but anyway, both the Max Repulsor don't have to deal with wild Pokemon, but yeah, I guess I can give my final thoughts on the LP right now, while we're heading towards this super boss. I really enjoyed this game. Like I said, this game will always have a special place in my heart, considering it was the first game I ever owned and the first Pokemon game I ever beat that was owned by me, because technically the first Pokemon game I ever beat was Pokemon Red, but I'll talk about that another time, but, well, I'll explain more of that in just a second, because there's something, okay, I want you guys to just picture this in your mind for a minute. It's, of course, with the limitations of the Game Boy, well, the Game Boy Advance, or excuse me, the emulator I'm playing this on, I want you to think about this for a second, because the perspective of the system does not prove this justice. Just imagine this for a second. I'm going to get on the back of a Kyogre, the legendary Pokemon Kyogre, which is huge, which should not be able to fit in this body of water. And now, to make it even more baffling, I'm about to ride up a waterfall on a 47-foot long piece of blubber. Can you just imagine what that would really look like? Go figure. But anyway, back to what I was saying earlier. One person I do have to thank would definitely have to be my friend Judy, who kind of got the Pokemon bug in me. She gave me she kind of introduced me to Pokemon. She gave me my first Pokemon cards, which I still own all the ones that she gave me, as well as she used to loan me her Pikachu-themed Game Boy Advance SP before I ever got one, because, I can still remember back to, it was the summer after I finished 5th grade. I remember I had bought a Game Boy Advance SP. It was a Cobalt Blue one. I still remember. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. But I remember I bought it off of Amazon for $60, which back then was the highest priced purchase I had ever made, and I raised all the money myself, which made me feel so special. And I remember I had gone on a family vacation. I came back home. The next day I went out to go buy Pokemon Emerald. I bought it at Best Buy for $15, and then came home, and fortunately the UPS truck had just gone by, and I got to open up my Game Boy Advance SP, pop Emerald in there, and I started playing. And, that was great, and that's kind of one of the reasons I'm so attached to Blaziken, because it was the first starter I ever had. Shut up, Zubat, I really don't care. So, yeah, that's kind of the reason I will always love this game. I mean, a lot of people say that Gen 3 was the black sheep of the series. I don't know why. These games are really good, which, thankfully, I probably slightly due to Chugga Conroy's Emerald LP, these games are getting a lot more notice, and they're getting a lot more of the praise they deserve, because these games really are very good. I enjoyed them. But anyway, enough of that aside. I've been stalling too much. Time to reveal who this super boss is. It is Steven Stone, the former champion from Ruby and Sapphire, who was defeated by Wallace, of all people. That kind of doesn't say a whole lot for him. But anyway, of course, he's the guy who left us the Beldum. We met him in Granite Cave, and we also fought alongside him at the Moss Deep Space Center. And he also, talked to us during the Great Cataclysm, even though Wallace told us kind of where to go. So anyway, before we start this battle, I want to give you I want to show you the team one last time. Of course, we've got Kaioken the Blaziken, level 78, holding a Charcoal, with the moves Flamethrower, Sky Uppercut, Dig, and Slash. We've got PSI the Gardevoir, with a Magnet to boost, Thunderbolt, even though it's not going to be using it. It's got the moves Psychic, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and Hypnosis, as you guys already knew. We've got Leviathan the Kyogre with the ability Drizzle, which will be very useful for it. It's got a Persian Berry, which you will see why soon enough. It's got the moves Surf, Ice Beam, Thunder, and Rest. Then we've got Behemoth the Groudon with the ability Drought, which will be very useful for it, with the leftovers being held. And it's got the moves Earthquake, Fire Blast, Solar Beam, and Rest. Then we have Shenron the Rayquaza with Airlock, of course, gaining all weather effects. It's got the Shell Bell on, and it has the moves Dragon Claw, Fly, Flamethrower, and Rest, and, well, not a fish, but who cares? So anyway, kind of like a legendary fight. I guess I could suggest saving before this, because he is the strongest in-game trainer, that you can access normally. I will explain more of that in those bonus episodes, because this LP's not over. There's still bonus videos. But anyway, I've been stalling enough. Time to see what he's got to say, and let's start this battle. Oh, Mom and Ten, I'm amazed you knew where to find me. Do you, maybe think of me as just a rock maniac? Well, you've been staring at that rock wall for a little while, and if you look at it, it kinda looks like the wall's staring back. It's kinda freaky. No, that can't be right. We battled alongside each other at the Sootopolis Space Center. There is no Sootopolis Space Center, you idiot! You live in Moss Deep City. How do you know the Space Center is there? I mean, I know you said you were going on some, like, soul-searching journey or something like that, but you have not been away from home that long. You should not forget that. You should have a very good idea of how good I am. Never mind, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, Nintendo, if you're gonna mount a serious challenge, expect the worst. And they use the rival battle music. Okay, well, at least we're not battling May, but why the rival music? But anyway, Pokemon Trainer Steven would like to battle, and he will start off with a Skarmory level 77 with moves Toxic, Steel Wing, Spikes, and Aerial Ace. And you have no right being able to use a Skarmory, considering mine was a shiny. You ain't got nothing on mine. Even though it's in the PC. Shut up! Anyway, start off with Kaioken, and Flamethrower should easily take out Skarmory, considering its defenses are primarily in physical defense, not special defense, and with a special move like Flamethrower is coming off a stabbed Kaioken. Coming off a stabbed Kaioken. Ow, that sounded a lot more graphic than I was expecting. But anyway, it's down already, it doesn't matter. And next up is the Special Sweeping Aggron of Doom, and I will be leaving Kaioken in there. Aggron will be level 76 with the moves Earthquake, Solar Beam, Dragon Claw, and Thunder. Yeah, very strange moveset, but anyway, Sky Uppercut should easily take this thing out, and BOOM! Yes, I always love that animation. That's another one of the reasons I love this game, is some of the battle animations look so cool. But anyway, there goes Aggron. Wow. Wow, he's already sending out Metagross? So yeah, this is the star player of his team, so now we get to see the legendary Groudon in action. Come on out, Behemoth! And of course now it'll activate Drought, which will intensify the Sun Rays, boosting all fire moves and weakening all water moves. And of course, his Metagross will be level 78 with moves Meteor Mash, Shadow Ball, Earthquake, and Psychic. Now, being the strongest member of his team and his star player, it will have a Citrus Berry on it. So anyway, let's start off with an Earthquake, which I love the animation for this because it reminds me of two banned episodes of Pokemon. There's the bright flashes at the beginning causing seizures, and then there's the earthquakes and everything, which, I always thought that was funny. Another reason I love this game. Well, wait a minute, I love this game because it reminds me of the banned episodes of Pokemon. What? Go figure, I'm weird if you guys haven't figured that out by now. Anyway, of course, strangely, this kind of shows how bulky Metagross is, because it took a stabbed Earthquake from a Groudon. True, it had a 3-level advantage, but still, a Groudon. Anyway, let's just finish it off with Fire Blast, because it gets the boost from Drought and everything, so it should not survive this. And yes, it's super effective, blah blah blah. And down goes Metagross. Now let's see what will be next. Up next will be Cradily, and we're going to switch to Leviathan for that. Cradily will be level 76 with the moves Confuse Ray, Ancient Power, Ingrain, and Giga Drain. Once it uses Ingrain, you will not be able to send it out of the battle from by using either Roar or Whirlwind, which doesn't matter because its ability Suction Cups means it won't do that anyway. But Ingrain does actually have an added effect, which it gains a little back a little HP anyway. Now Cradily is a very weird Pokemon to deal with. Its typing is Rock and Grass. Very strange, that typing cancels out a lot of its weaknesses, but one of those weaknesses is Ice, so will this take it out? Because I've known Cradily to be pretty bulky. Will it take it out? No, it will not. Dang it. And the reason I actually had a Persim Berry on Leviathan was because in case it used, of course, if it was in case it used Confuse Ray, because it cures confusion. So anyway, Giga Drain actually didn't do a whole ton of damage, but Cradily isn't extremely powerful, to say the least, but this Ice Beam should easily take it out. Too bad Ice doesn't get any boost from Drizzle. Well, it would, yeah, just power up Kyogre even more. Next up will be his remarkable Claydol. Is it as remarkable as mine? Well, can it stand up to the mascot of this game, Shenron, the Rayquaza? Now, some of you are probably thinking, why do I not keep Yeah. Why do I not keep Kyogre out there, considering it obviously has an advantage over it? Well, because I feel like it, and actually, wait a minute. Airlock... Wait, shouldn't Airlock kick in? Oh, wait, no. Airlock doesn't, end... Sorry. It doesn't end the weather effects, it just, Shenron won't be affected by them. So anyway, let's use Fly, just because I can, and I think it's probably the most powerful move it's got. Of course, Flamethrower won't do much, and it's raising its special defense. Okay. That's... I should probably tell you its moveset. It's gonna have the moves Earthquake, Light Screen, Ancient Power, and Reflect. It's pretty much... Wait, I missed? What? That's what I get for looking at my notes. But, yeah, it's pretty much gonna be it pretty much just wants to be boosting its team's defenses and everything. And because of Reflect, let's see how much Fly will do. Come on, do at least half. What? Holy crap! Okay, this will probably extend this battle a little bit. You know, I don't want to extend this a whole lot. I don't want to... Okay, that's enough challenge for this super boss. Let's switch over to Kyogre. I kind of wanted... I didn't want Kyogre to get the majority of this battle, but it looks like he's going to have to. So anyway, might as well just use... Great time for Light Screen to wear off, so now special attacks will do their normal damage, and Surf and Drizzle for my Kyogre. Yeah, this isn't... you're gonna have a bad time. Obviously, your Claydol was not as remarkable as mine. I bet mine could have stood up to that. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, his final Pokemon, well, of course, I'll be leaving, Kyogre out. His final Pokemon will be Armaldo. Level 76 with moves Ancient Power, Water Pulse, Aerial Ace, and Slash. Kinda cool how he uses 2 Ancient Pokemon, but for a guy who's known for using Steel types, he's got, let me think, 1, 2, 3. He only has 3 Steel types on his team. Go figure. Anyway, let's see if Surf will take this thing out. I don't know, considering... Okay, yeah, it should. I mean, we're under Drizzle. Yeah, that didn't surprise me. Kind of should... Maybe I should use Thunder on it. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, well, player defeated Trainer Steven. No awesome fanfare, really? I mean, was he really just demoted down that so far? I had no idea you'd become so strong. And we get... That's all we get from you? Jeez, did you go, like, poor after you lost your title? Jeez! Come to think of it, ever since our paths crossed first in the Granite Cave in Dewford, at least he knows where that is, I had this feeling. I got a feeling. Ooh. Or, excuse me, it's more than a feeling. Haha, I had to reference that song. Actually, I referenced 2 songs. Great. I thought you'd eventually become the champion. My predictions usually come true. And where will you go from here? Dots. F you. Screw you too! Even if I couldn't tell you that. His predictions usually come true. I bet he did... Well, what if he predicted that he would win the battle against Wallace, huh? What do you guys say about that, Steven? Well... I guess it's time to roll my own personal credits, because seriously, it's a super boss, especially against Steven. You really would think the game would roll credits here. Come on! Oh well, I guess I gotta make my own credits.
Luigi's so interested in triumphant. I'll get my Pokénap, and then we'll be ready to go. If I go first, then I will have no doubts. I'm willing to do whatever